I'm Tiege.
And I'm Ashley.
And we are your well-informed girlfriends, bringing you today's news, gossip, and unsolicited hot takes.
Nothing is off limits. This week we're talking about an EPA rollback, potential rate cuts from the Federal Reserve, and U.S. immigration declines.
Yeah. And we're also talking about some fun stuff. Can you believe it? There are even new dating terms this week.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's almost a joke how they keep coming up with these, but I can't wait to break them down. We will also be talking about how some people are going no contact with their parents.
I have so many thoughts. All of that and so much more on this week's episode of Well-Informed Girlfriends. So first, the big environmental news. Connecticut doctors and public health officials are sounding the alarm about the EPA's plan to roll back its 2009 endangerment finding. So that's the landmark ruling that said greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide are dangerous to human health, and it gave the government authority to regulate them.
Yeah, which sounds like a great idea. So that ruling has been kind of the backbone of things like vehicle emission standards and power plant regulations for over a decade. And if it gets scrapped, states could lose one of the biggest tools for fighting climate change and keeping the air clean.
Yeah, so doctors, they're pointing out that this isn't abstract. It could mean dirtier air during wildfire season, more smog days, higher asthma rates. I'm an asthma girly here, so I have been looking at this.
Yeah.
And the groups most at risk are kids, older adults, and communities of color who already live with higher pollution levels.
Yeah. Well, plus, we should also mention Connecticut officials say that they've already seen how climate change makes bad air even worse. So the wildfire smoke from Canada last summer, do you remember that? It was like crazy smoggy, pushed the air quality into hazardous levels across all of New England.
Yeah.
So without federal protections, it's only going to get harder to manage, which is really interesting.
Yeah, very scary.
Yeah, and I'm also an asthma girly. Like, what are we all going to be having our inhalers in our front pocket?
Yeah, it looks like the gas mask thing where you have to inhale the solution. I'm
Like,
actually scared.
No, I wonder if for wildfires and stuff, like, I wonder if wearing an N95 mask has any, I wonder if that's helpful.
I think it does.
It probably
we
would
don't
be.
have access like we should probably.
Yeah.
At least here in LA.
And also people are probably going to be like, what are you doing? Like, they're going to probably think we're dramatic. But it's like, no, there's smoke in the air, babe.
Yeah, my lungs need help.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, crazy. Okay, so there is another story we want to talk about. The rate cuts could be coming soon. So let's talk about money. Okay, at the big Jackson Hole Symposium, Fed Chair Jerome Powell hinted that interest rates might be cut as soon as September.
Yeah. So you have to understand this is actually a really big deal because the Fed has kept rates at a 2-decade high to cool down inflation. Businesses and households have been feeling the pinch, higher credit card rates, pricier mortgages, and student loan interest piling up.
Yeah. And markets obviously love this. So stocks jumped right away, bond yields slid, and the dollar lost a little steam.
Yeah, but Powell also made it very clear this is not a free-for-all. So the Fed is still watching inflation closely, especially since tariffs and immigration policies have been adding new pressures to the economy.
Yeah. So if rates do come down, borrowing for things like cars, houses, business loans could get cheaper, which might potentially boost growth. But cutting too soon and inflation could flare up again. So it's kind of like this weird tightrope. That's, I think, why they haven't like actually made any big moves recently, because they're like, what is going to go on in this economy?
Yeah. So for everyday people like us, the non-billionaires, it's not just about Wall Street. It's about whether grocery prices stop creeping up, whether rent feels less impossible to pay, and whether your loan payment actually shrinks. So basically everything that costs a lot of money is impacted by this. So we got to pay attention.
I know. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know what will happen. I think like in theory, it sounds like a great idea for rates to be cut, right? It's like, oh, great. I can like buy things cheaper. But it's also like, I guess
skeptical.
Yeah. Because it is like a whole checks and balances system, right? So it's like one thing goes up, one thing goes down. The one thing that I don't know if this is totally true, but I've always heard like if rates go down, then people are more willing to hire people because they have like more money to borrow to theoretically pay salaries. So I don't know, maybe it would be good for the job market because I have so many friends who are unemployed right now. So I feel it's a weird time. So maybe it would be good to bump that up, but who knows?
Yeah, I just am always so skeptical nowadays because you just have to wonder like, when is the other shoe going to drop? Or if something good's happening, like, does it hurt anybody else? Like, so that's why I'm still learning more about this too.
Yeah. And like financial people, I always like watch the financial gurus online, and a lot of them are just like, hey, like have an emergency fund and stay employed if you can. Like that literally, that's like it, you know, like it's no more eat, pray, love for 4 months and like expect to get a job right away. It's like stay employed if you can.
Yeah.
Because like the real danger is like when you are unemployed and then it's like time can really add up really quickly. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
Anyways.
Okay, so on to U.S. immigration declines. We mentioned a bit earlier. We're going to jump into it.
Yeah.
So this is a major demographic shift. A new Pew study found the U.S. immigrant population has dropped by more than 1 million since Trump began his second term in January. That's the sharpest decline in decades.
That's crazy. So yeah, it actually brings the total down to about 51 million immigrants, which is about 15% of the U.S. population. So just a year ago, to put that in perspective, that number was 15.8%. Now it's 15.4. So it's not such a big difference, but it kind of is. And it's not just about headcount. It's also kind of about the number of foreign-born workers in the labor force. That has also fallen dramatically.
Yeah. So the researchers say this trend, that it's tied to 181 immigration-related executive actions the administration has taken, plus much tougher asylum rules. So it's harder now to enter and stay legally, and even existing visa programs have tightened.
Yeah. And those changes ripple kind of everywhere, which you can imagine. Like industries that rely on immigrant labor, like agriculture, construction, hospitality, they're all already reporting these like crazy shortages.
Yeah.
So communities that once saw steady growth from immigration are now shrinking or stagnating or trying to figure out what they're going to do next.
Yeah. And even beyond economics, immigration has always shaped the culture and identity of America. You know, immigrants are obviously very proud. We're proud to have them in America. So when those numbers shift this quickly, it changes the fabric of neighborhoods, schools, even the way we think of the U.S. as a country built on immigration. I always think about like how things are when you grow up shapes your perception of the world around you. And so you think about American students growing up without immigrant neighbors and without immigrant students around them. Like it shifts kind of how you view the world.
Totally. Yeah, no, I think it's really interesting. And I don't know, I just feel like this is also, you know, it's not just a dropping percentage point. It's families, it's jobs, it's futures being reshaped. Like you said, perspectives are changing. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. But.
Yeah. Okay. That's just really, I'm sorry, it's bleak, it's sad. I don't know how to be objective about that. That really makes me sad. Okay.
We have about one more serious story and then we
get into my God, please dig us out of this. I don't know. Have you ever thought about like how you're going to tell your grandkids about the times we're living in? Like,
no. How do you sum up a pandemic? How do you sum up AI? How do you sum up, I mean, they're going to be living with AI. If they even make it here, who knows? Okay, okay.
Will we have a planet? I don't know, Timmy. I'm scared too. Anyway.
Timmy, look, hold on to your boots, okay? Kid, get your rain boots ready.
Okay, so this one is actually something I've had family debates about, so I'm interested to see what you think about it.
Yeah.
So this week, The New Yorker dropped a piece called "Why So Many People Are Going No Contact with Their Parents."
I honestly, just as a headline, I don't like this.
Okay.
It makes me feel sad, but we can keep going.
Of course.
Okay, so yes, this story, it digs into this trend of adult kids who have decided to cut off contact completely with their parents. The author, her name is Anna Russell. She explores why it's happening more often, especially in the United States as well as Canada.
Country specific is very interesting, but some of the reasons are heavy. You have childhood trauma, of course, strict upbringings, clashing values around religion, politics, even identity. But for some people, going no contact is framed less like rebellion and more like survival or self-protection.
Yeah, which I do sympathize with.
Yeah, of course.
And the article points out that it's not just individuals making these choices quietly. Online communities are openly sharing these stories and validating each other and kind of like being like, hey, it's okay to walk away from family ties if it doesn't feel good for you.
Yeah, of course.
So I think that's like why some people are starting to open up and change their tune.
Yeah. But as you can imagine, with any generation war, if you will, there's tension about this topic because older generations were taught that family is sacred, family is forever, don't go against the family, like they say on the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Than water. Yeah.
Exactly. So when people decide to break that bond, it challenges a huge cultural script, and some experts quoted in the piece worry it reflects a bigger breakdown in family ties.
Yeah.
So I actually had like a Thanksgiving family conversation about this last year. And I adore both my parents. I've never cut them off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I'm not capable of it, but I told them that like, it's more about intention than like, oh, you hurt me or like something bad happened. It's like, if you're willing to talk something out or if you care that you've hurt me, then I don't see any reason why we wouldn't need to speak. But like, if someone's parents hurt them and don't care that their child is hurt or feels disrespected, then like, how long are you supposed to put up with that? In your life. I know it's very millennial, like older generations aren't going to want to hear it because that's how the conversation went during Thanksgiving. But like, if someone's relationship with you is damaging to you and they don't respect your feelings and you're a whole adult, like how long are you supposed to tolerate that?
So totally. I definitely do understand that. And I see that side. And I have friends that have like relationships with their parents that are not, you know, healthy and like not conducive to like, you know, going home or even like spending holidays with them. And I get that. And I get like boundaries and stuff. I just think it's like, I don't know. I feel like family is so special and it is, those are like your people, right? So it's like, I just think it's like such a shame if you can't like at least try to work it out. But I'm sure these people have tried to work it out. And I'm sure it's like the last thing you want to do is like disown yourself from your family. Like who wants to actually do that? Yeah. So I do think this is interesting, but I think it's happening more and more.
Yeah. And I was going to say, I don't think anyone that you talk to who's done this would be like excited about it or be like, yes, thank God I'm never speaking to the person who birthed me ever. Like, no, it's awful. Yeah. But you think about yourself in the long run and like, I feel like a lot of us find family to be sacred because like your family loves you in a special way and they make you feel loved. And so if your own family can't make you feel loved and like you might have to go out and like grow a new one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I forget what they call it. Like your
found family or something.
Yeah, I can't remember the term. Oh my God, I'm like getting, you know, I'm aging. But like, like something about like when you grow up in life and like your family doesn't love you or accept you, then like you have to go find your own. And some people are happier in that way. So I don't wish that on anyone, but I also do understand.
Totally. Yeah, I do think it's interesting and it seems to be happening. But anyways, let's get into some fun stuff. You wanna?
We've lost our families. We've lost our communities. The world is burning. Like, please. Bring me something else.
Our air isn't good anymore. Okay. So this is very exciting. NDTV, thank God, they did really great investigative journalism this week. Yes. And they did a story about a bunch of new modern dating terms this week. And you know, we couldn't pass up the opportunity. Okay. This one is so fun to talk about. Okay. First one, Shrekking. Now, before I even explain it, do you know what I'm going to say?
Well, here's the thing. I saw Shrek and was like, there's no way it has anything to do with Shrek, but it actually does.
It literally does. So Shrekking is a dating term and it refers to intentionally settling down into a relationship with someone who is less attractive to live a happy, healthy life. Yeah. So this term comes from the famous animated movie Shrek, in which Princess Fiona dates down finds her happily ever after with an ogre. What are your thoughts?
So, my college roommate, I won't name her, I just want her to know who she is while I'm talking about her. Yeah. Taught me about this when I was 18 years old in college. She said she purposely dates unattractive men because they are nicer, kinder. This was back when the world was right in 2012. So like, now the ogres of the world still think they're the prize, and that's a whole nother problem. Right. But this used to be true. Yeah. Like men who didn't have, you know, looks to give or height to give, they used to have to behave to get.
They were giving personality. They were giving funny.
Chivalry. They, you know, like.
They smelled good.
Yeah. Yeah. They knew how to behave. They took you home to meet their families. So this used to be a thing. I don't know if it is now, but.
I think it must still exist. I think it's like, even if it's like not a guy that's like conventionally unattractive, if it's a guy who maybe you wouldn't match with the girl. Like I see this in LA every single day. Yes. But those are for different reasons. It's more like, what are you guys dating for? But it's always like a hot model. Yeah. And then a guy that you're like, what?
Yeah, but also, when's the last time you talked to a pretty boy? Like, it's like...
Oh, I can't do
horrifying.
It. Exactly. I can't do it. I want to. They're so cutie.
I know. You want to pinch their cheeks.
Cutie. You're like, ooh, you're so cute. But yeah, no, I think like dating a hot guy is actually not my style.
No, I was explaining to a cute guy in a bar once like what a date is. I was like, when's the last time you were on a date? And he was like, well, define, like, what do you mean by date? And I was like, I promise you this is a real conversation I had in Dallas, Texas. And I was like, taking a woman out to do an activity, have a meal during the day, not expecting anything from her in return, like you're doing it to get to know her. He threw his head back and laughed, ha 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 ha, like he had never heard of it before.
What?
Because this beautiful man probably had never had to try to get a woman's attention before.
So he was just doing the bare minimum.
Yeah. He was like, a date? What language is that? And I was like, this is the problem.
That
You're the problem.
Is hilarious. I feel the same way about tall guys in LA.
Agree.
They do not have to put any effort in.
No.
Because when a tall guy walks into a bar in LA, it is immediately the Hunger Games.
Yes, agree.
All of the girls are like
We're
wild
swimming through the crowd.
Hyenas. They are running. It is full force. It is absolute mayhem.
And they know. They know that.
No, they know that. And I think they come in and they don't even have to put any effort forward. And you know what? Tall guys in LA don't even have to be conventionally hot because they're so far away from you that you don't even see their face.
Agree. They breathe different air than us. They're up in a different atmosphere.
Like, my eyes aren't that good. So it's like, I don't even.
And it's dark in here. Like, I can't see you. And now I fought for you and we're in the light and I don't want to.
But it's fine because you're tall and that's hard to find in these streets.
Yeah,
so.
We're trying to birth D1 basketball players around here.
Right. It's not easy. Okay, the next dating term that we have to talk about is called a nanoship. Okay, so this dating trend of a nanoship means that two people are being in a casual, non-committed connection relationship. Okay, so the couple just enjoys each other's company with zero expectations. A nanoship, kind of like a situationship.
I was gonna say we're rebranding the situationship.
We are, but you know what's hilarious? We've even taken situationship and we've even made it less important. A nanoship.
Is a man responsible for this? Situationship was too much for them.
Too much.
Get out of here.
Too much.
It's what? Focusing on small, meaningful gestures. Oh wait, sorry, that's the next one. Mm-hmm. No, this is casual, non-committed.
So it's basically like your neighbor. It's basically
zero
like,
expectations. Hey. I guess situationship, you expected basic respect, so they needed to go one below. Like, I don't want to
they need an even smaller amount of commitment. Like, I can't look you in the eye.
This is why I stay inside.
Yeah. Nanoship. Have you ever had a nanoship?
No. I think the last time I engaged with a man situationship was still all the rage.
Yeah.
So, no.
And you could at least, like, save their number. Because the situationship, at least you, like...
Every time you save their number, they start acting up. So I stopped saving numbers.
That is so true.
No, this is scientifically proven. No, there are studies. I'm dead ass serious, Tiege. There's science. I don't know what it's called. There's science behind this. So there was just a man I was thinking about the other day, and I was like, God, he was beautiful. I didn't save his number. I don't remember his name, so I can't find it. And that's why you're not supposed to save it.
Yeah. No, I agree. I have a girlfriend who dated this guy, married this guy, didn't save his number till the wedding day.
Amen, sister. That's called discipline. That is disciplined feminism, and I respect the hell out of her. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I do think it's, but like, yeah, you're probably right.
Because once they know that they've got you, like you can contact them because you've saved their number, they don't have to try anymore.
Yeah.
Even the Shreks do that. Mm-hmm. Drives me insane.
Yeah, that's so true. That's basically like, that is one step away from marriage, saving your number.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah. That's like serious.
Yuck.
That's like going home with the family. Okay, our next dating term. Are you ready?
Disgusting me. Yes, go ahead.
Our next dating term is a micromance.
Why is everything little? Nano, micro?
Because we just can't do commitment in 2025, I guess. A micromance is basically focusing on small and meaningful gestures that are romantic. So, for example, sharing memes or taking walks. Oh, that's better than a micromance. That kind of made me feel like...
This is friendship. This is
friendship.
I'm confused.
Okay, actually, I have a thought on this. Micromance.
Yes.
So if we're looking at micromance as like little like sending me like a picture of like their day or something, I think that's fun and cute. Like if there's like a new guy and we get to the point of when we're texting and he's sending me a photo of like the lake that he's sitting at, I'm like, we're in love. Doesn't that feel
but this
serious?
Let me tell you what I'm frustrated about.
Yeah.
I was just exchanging voice notes with my friend about this the other day.
Yeah.
Men are naming. This is like trying. Micromance is trying. It's getting to know someone, right?
Yes.
The problem is men. Yes, I'm going to blame you, and you can come for me on TikTok again. I'm still not going to respond to you. Because that's what happened last time I was here. They were in the comments like, she's making this up. Fine. I'm not going to respond to you. Men are naming little basic human interactions or things so that they can give themselves credit for them. Yeah. And they always will like express things to you that are like basic human decency. Like, you must treat the janitor the same way you treat the CEO. Yeah, it's called being nice. Like, stop patting yourself on the back. Or like,
it's like, I opened the door for you today. You're not excited about that?
Right. Like, okay, you were nice to me. Awesome. That doesn't mean that we go to the courthouse. Like, that's what all of this is. This is men sitting down and being like, I'm going to add names to things that they're not giving me enough credit for. Yeah. So that they think I'm awesome because I'm nanomancing and whatever.
And like, I'm sending them memes.
And I'm walking the lake with them. Like, so you're my dog now? Like, what are we talking about? This is so anyway, this is so frustrating to me.
Yeah. Okay, there's one more dating term we have to talk about. Sure. Okay, now this is loud crushing. Uh-huh. So openly celebrating your crush or partner on social media.
See what I mean?
Sharing the excitement of new relationships.
I'm telling people about you. Aren't I great? What? Sorry, I'm not supposed to scream into the mic. What?
It's actually crazy. Here's my thing. I don't do loud crushing in the way that I will like announce a partner on social media.
Never.
Have you ever? I haven't announced a partner on social media in years, probably since college. Do you do
2018 is the last time I posted a man.
Because people doing that unless I'm literally at the courthouse and I have a ring on my finger and potentially I have a baby in my stomach. I'm not gonna post you, right?
Literally, sports anchor Taylor Rooks just did this.
Okay.
Nobody knew that she was even dating a man. She popped out with wedding photos. And I said, I know that's right. If you love me, then everyone will find out after the papers are signed at this point.
Absolutely.
Now, there is a caveat to this, which is I would want to know, you need to pass the internet check. Like, if I post you, who's going to DM me and coming to me as a woman? Like, oh, no, this is my boyfriend, too. Or I was just with him 2 days ago. So there's hopefully she ran background checks on him in other ways.
There's risks.
There's risks to that. But I understand wanting privacy also because people are weird and like, I never tagged even in 2018 when I did post a man, I didn't tag him ever. Yeah. And people aren't afraid to say that they're nosy and DM you like, where'd you find him? Who is this? It's like, what is it? He belongs to me. It doesn't really matter where I found him or what's going on.
Yeah. What?
So like,
it is crazy. Weird. Like, I feel like posting online is just it's so serious. And like God forbid we break up and then I have to go delete all of these cute pictures. And maybe I had some cute outfits and I have to delete those pictures now. Because we're no longer dating, and that's upsetting to me. So it's almost like...
And now strangers notice and DM you like, oh my God, where's so-and-so?
Are you okay?
And that's why I never tagged him, so that you can't slide in his DMs now that he's gone. You go find him.
You go find him. Good luck.
Have a blast.
Have a blast. I will say the only thing I do loud crushing, I don't post on social media when I'm dating a new guy, but I will instantaneously tell all of my friends. Everyone knows.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, everyone knows that I have a crush because it's so fun to have a crush. It doesn't happen all the time. And when you have a crush, it's very exciting. It should be celebrated.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that actually has to be a secret. I think people have forgotten that social media is not real life.
Right.
Because people do genuinely think that if they're your social media friend, that they're actually your friend. And it's like, no, you see whatever version of my life I choose to put out there, but you actually don't know anything about me. So like, I think it's fine. Even if you and a man have exchanged eye contact, that felt sweet. You're allowed to tell your friends about it. Yeah. I'm still not posting you till after we've had our second child. Like I can't do that. Yeah. I can't do that. No, I don't want to do that.
I agree. Okay. Our final story. So Cyber News did a story this week about how some men are opting for...
Exactly. No, go ahead. Let them know. Go ahead.
Some men...
Go ahead. Tell them I'm right. Go ahead.
Are opting for AI dating.
Because why?
Because it's cheaper.
Exactly. Caught you. You don't want to try. That's the theme of the episode. Well-informed girlfriends find out men don't want to try.
Okay, so in the story, it breaks down how many men are feeling pressure to spend a lot of money on the women that they're dating. And so some of them are just turning to dating chatbots instead. So the story goes, and it says that people, this type of dynamic, it's good for people or men who don't need physical intimacy. Also, people who are like maybe training to date, maybe they haven't been dating in a long time and they just like have to get the wheels squeaky again. Or then third, maybe people who are lonely and want companionship without the commitment of a relationship.
Do you remember about 11 minutes ago when I said men are making up things so that they don't have to try, or so that they can get credit for doing that?
Yeah.
And we have nanomance and little ships and whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And now you want to date a chat bot because you're like, you know what? If I have to spend money on women, I don't need physical touch. I don't need any of that. I just need a bot to tell me I'm a good man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to date her. To which I say, the bots are going to turn on you eventually. Because
so fair. Just like any girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At some point, you're going to have to realize that no form of technology, human interaction, no form of nanomance is going to take away from the fact that you are the problem. Yeah. That's how I feel.
That's so fair. That's so fair. No, I do think this is a real slippery slope. Because it's like, if I'm losing potential matches to robots.
Honey.
I mean, what?
Literally, what? 2025. I don't even know.
Huh?
Honestly, the bots are doing the Lord's work because you shouldn't even be talking to them anyway. Get the men off Hinge.
You know what? And some of the men, I think, will do better with robot girlfriends.
I agree. Do you know how many men I've said to, like, I think you just need someone with less?
Yes. There was a guy I dated that I was like, you know what? I think like a robot would be good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't want to do any of the like, God forbid I'm like upset one day.
Human emotion.
And human emotion is not cool. No. So it's like, you would be good at like a little girl you could plug in. Not a girl, a woman you could plug in, you know? And that would be good for you. You could turn her off, put her in the closets. Nobody knows better. Yeah. You know?
That you don't have to take her to Olive Garden. You don't have to split a check. Yeah. I think it works for everyone.
Some people, I do think, need to get these. So
I think we shifted our opinion.
Look at that.
We're pro-bot. Yeah, date the bot.
Because I do think some men probably could use it. And you think about people that like men with rage or like men that like don't know what to do with their emotions. And like maybe this would be good for some people who just like literally don't have anybody to talk to.
Sure.
And like they feel a little bit better with some sort of companion, whether that's AI or not. I don't know. Maybe it is not.
All I ask is that whoever's making this bot, please program it to ask these men to go to therapy.
That's good.
Yeah.
And also, I just have to ask, I don't need to see her out. You know, I don't want to see your bot at Target. I don't want to, you know, keep her at home.
And we don't need you wearing a t-shirt that says, my girlfriend's a bot. Like
my girl, Linda, I turn her on and I turn her off.
With my girlfriend with the arrow and it's pointing to nothing. We don't need this branded. We don't.
No, I think keep it to yourself, quite frankly.
That might be best. You and your therapist.
I'm not an anti.
No, I think we talked ourselves into being pro this, actually.
Yeah.
Leave women alone.
Okay, well, this is a fun week. God, I love when you're here. Can you come here all the time? I just love you. This is
the men on TikTok don't like when I'm here, but I like when I'm here.
Oh, no. The men on TikTok, they love us. They do. They do. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. We will see you next week. Yeah. Or I don't know, one of the weeks.
We'll be back eventually.
Thank God. I can't wait for the next time. Okay. Bye.
Bye.